Okay. Solving system of equations by substitution. All right. What you must know. What is mine? That was a K. What you must know. You need to know how to solve equations. You need to know how to substitute values. And you must know how to label. So our first problem that we're going to work with is right here. I'll zoom in a little bit. And zoom out. All right, so let's go. Step 1 tells me I need to label my equations as A, my first equation as A, and my second equation as B. So this is going to be my first equation, and this one's going to be my second equation. That helps me not get them confused, so I know which one is which. Next, I need to select an equation and isolate either the x or the y variable. All right? I'm going to choose equation B because I see that the y variable doesn't have a coefficient. I think this will be nice and easy to isolate this, so that's the one I'm going to work with first. So step 1. I'm going to do 4x plus y equals 7. I'm going to move 4x to the other side. So that gives me y equals negative 4x plus 7. I have just isolated the y variable. Okay? Step 2. Use the expression for the isolated variable and substitute it into the other equation in place of the variable. Okay, what does that mean? That means I'm going to use this, that's the expression, and wherever I see a y in my A equation, so negative 8x plus 2y equals negative 18. Wherever I see a y, I'm going to write everything that I have in green up here. All right, so let's rewrite this. Negative 8x plus 2 times the quantity of, I got to put this in parentheses because I'm going to have to distribute. Negative 4x plus 7, close parentheses, equals negative 18. All right, all I did was, instead of y, I put all this stuff in there. That's all I did. Now, this is where knowing how to solve equations comes in. I have to distribute. That's the wink and a smile. All right, so now it is, I'm going to scoot over a little bit, negative 8x plus positive 2 times negative 4 is negative negative 8. So minus 8. I'm erasing my plus. Positive 2 times a positive 7 is a positive 14 equals negative 18. And I apologize. This is positive 2 times a negative 4x. That's going to give me negative 8x. Okay? Positive 2 times a positive 4 is a positive 14. Then I bring everything else down. So all I did right here was distribute. And I apologize that it looks a little crazy. Now I have to combine like terms. Well, I have a negative 8x here and a negative 8x here. I'm going to combine them. We're not multiplying, we're combining. So that means I have 8 negative x's here and 8 negative x's here. That means I have a total of 16 negative x's. Plus 14 equals negative 18. Now I need to rewind, so I want to move this over here first, and then I'm going to work with separating these. So I'm going to subtract 14 from each side. These cancel and leave me negative 16x equals 18 plus 14, 32, negative 32. Okay? How I like to remind people what to do next. I say negative 16 and x, they are married. Okay? You can't just pull them apart without having a divorce, okay? And divorce reminds us that, married reminds us that they're multiplying. Divorce reminds us that we need to divide in order to separate them. So I'm going to divide by the number that's there, because I want the number wants to leave that variable. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. X equals 2. All right, that was all step 2. I isolated and substituted in the other equation. Okay, step 3. This is the value. I solved for the missing variable. So step 3. So step 3, when I start solving the equation, solve for the missing variable. This is the x or y value for your coordinate point or your solution to the system. So I'll put a parenthesis up here, comma. So I know x equals 2. So that's my first part of my solution. All right, now I need to find the other part. So I'm missing the y value. All right, so step 4 tells me I need to substitute this value into either equation to solve for the remaining unknown variable. This value will be my other number, okay? So now I have this, that 2, and I know wherever I see an x, I can put 2. So I can use either one. I'm going to use B. For wherever I see an x, I'm going to put in 2. All right, so I see an x, that needs to be a 2. 4 times 2 plus y equals 7. 4 times 2 is 8 plus y equals 7. I'm solving for y. This is a positive 8, so minus 8 on both sides. These cancel. Y equals negative 1. I put that as my other part of my solution. You just did a system of equations by substitution.